Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. We're 1 minute into the game, but I haven't pressed play just yet because I'm a little bit scared about what this Lee Sin over here is going to have upon him. As you can see, the entirety of Red Team is right at his front door, to be honest. So let's see if something happens or not, okay? So here I go. And, well, it's a moonwalking Lee Sin for that, so this game wasn't even stabilized yet, or at least the replay wasn't. But he just takes a Mystic Shot, and that will probably be that, missing the Sonic Wave and all that. And another moonwalking champion here. Nidalee actually now going to show her face. Very dangerous, and it's a taunt over the wall there. There's a oh my god, that was amazing. The Shield of Daybreak by Leona flashing in. I thought she might have started with Zenith Blade considering they wanted to invade, but maybe she wanted to be protective, so she needed to use her flash. It doesn't matter in the end. That's a first blood for the Viktor, so that's quite good indeed. Which reminds me, of course, Nightspectre, don't be lazy. Put everything in the correct order. Should have done this before you started, mate. I know, I'm so terrible. Very well. So let's go over the teams quickly, shall we? We're already 2 minutes into the game. So Tristana, Sona will be on the bottom, of course. Lee Sin will be blue team's jungler. Nidalee, as we all could have seen, was the mid laner for blue team. And then Tryndamere will be on top. Red team will be a Shen on top. A Viktor in the middle, who has 2 Doran's rings, I might add, which is quite bad. And Ezreal finding himself a Sona and is unable to do damage onto her. Or will he? We shall see. And of course Leona, who already used her flash and has a Shield of Daybreak, so she won't be able to Zenith Blade to Sona. Not that she knows that. Well, she should have though. So I think blue team's bottom lane at the very least is going to try and do as much harass as possible onto the Ezreal and Leona. Of course, that's how you need to play against the Leona. She's more of an all-in champion, so if you can just poke her from afar, you can destroy her regardless. Tryndamere taking a beating there, thanks to the Shen. Shen, of course, got an assist in the fight, but did not buy any items with it. As we are returning to the bottom, and Sona with another Hymn of Valor is just hurting Ezreal so hard that he is still level 1. The only reason Leona was level 2 is because she had the assist there early on in the game. Tryndamere now needing to ghost away after a unsuccessful gank coming in from the Nautilus, but at the very least he has popped his ghost, so Nautilus, if you just try a little bit more, you might be able to do it, as Ezreal again is going to take a beating, needs to arcane shift away to safety, won't take a Hymn of Valor to the face. If that were the case, he might have been toast, because at the very least Tristana might have been able to just jump in with a flash and try to get the kill. Lee Sin trying to get the gank onto the Shen, but I don't know if they're capable of doing this. Shen, of course, has Shadow Dash, so he can just dash away. Tempest missing, Sonic Wave missing, everything missing. Tryndamere just spinning slashes, but guess what's going on? Nautilus is going in from the rear, so if Shen is just able to stand there, the minions might do the job, and a very nice grab there by Nautilus. It won't be enough though, as Lee Sin is going in defensively, slowing down the Shen. He's going to die to the turret. Shadow Dash won't save you, buddy. But Nautilus was trying to make it right, but it won't happen. Because of course there was still a flash in the possession of Lee Sin, so great play there. A little bit too greedy, I might say, by Shen, but hey, if you see a thing you want to kill, then I can't really blame you for going for it. Lee Sin still needs to be relatively careful though, of course, with his regeneration coming from Iron Will. He can do quite a bit of sustain in the lane, so he was already back to almost full health. The props of being a Lee Sin. So it's 1-1, both teams are equal on kills, not equal on money though. The reason why is, well, the Viktor is out farming. Oh no, guess who gets caught here? It is actually Sona, but I don't think it's all that bad for Sona, considering she will just walk away, then exhaust the Ezreal, getting in close though. One Mystic Shot might kill her, but a double kill coming down from Tristana, just jumping on Ezreal's face, using her ability power in the early game in her favor. Because as you all know, Tristana's abilities actually scale on ability power, and you can't really do... Oh my, who's going to win this? Tryndamere going to try and heal. One more auto attack would have been enough, but no, it is going to be Shen getting the quick kill into the face, using the brush to his advantage. A pity indeed. If Tryndamere would have been able to see the Shen, it would have been at least a trade-off. But now it's just going to be Shen, who is going to be such a threat, I might say, Tryndamere was already losing his lane, and until he reaches level 6, he's going to have major difficulties just farming. Then again, what I was going to say is that Tristana has ability power damage in the early game. Later, of course, she falls off because she's not an ability power champion, so all the damage that she can do is pretty much negated because of that. And then afterwards, of course, her AD will spike in, and her pure attack speed will make it through. However, because she used her jump just early on before she got the kill onto the Leona, just to do some extra damage onto her, she made it so that she slowed the Ezreal and Leona, so they couldn't catch up to the Sona. It made it also so that she used her ability, which resets after a kill, so she could use it again to kill the Ezreal before he could kill the Sona. Leona now grabbing the Sona, but of course her area of perseverance is just more than enough to make her survive. It actually made her survive the team fight as well there. Oh, Viktor a little bit aggressive there, but he is level 6 though. Don't underestimate a Viktor's damage on level 6, as the ultimate is just going to race through. It won't be enough as top lane got a kill, but who knows, maybe Lee Sin will be able to do the same. But it's Leona coming all the way from the bottom. How did she get there so fast? Doesn't matter. Lee Sin now running away towards the Nautilus, will try to safeguard towards Nidalee, but she is just keeping a pace as Ezreal is going in as well. No, Nidalee actually threw a javelin onto the face of Viktor, so that was actually quite awesome. However, the entirety of red team was now in the middle, which could mean a early dragon. Top lane as well. The Nautilus got a kill onto the Tryndamere, but it appears to be no longer the case, with Tryndamere is back alive. Shen did get an assist out of it, so Tryndamere, boy, he is having difficulties. He is only level 4, considering the Shen is level 6. So that's another threat as well. The gank onto the Viktor was just a little bit mistimed, I must say. It wasn't his mistake, of course, Lee Sin's, because Viktor just leveled up when Lee Sin went in for a gank. So, of course, his ultimate, the Chaos Storm, was able to do an immense amount of damage onto the Nidalee. Thank God she had barrier, I must say. And then again, of course, Nautilus was there, Leona was there. Nobody would have expected that. Well, I wouldn't. They were in the middle of a fight on the bottom, just a little skirmish, and then immediately they're going into the middle. Dear God, he is aiming his death ray like a boss. Of course, he has a blue buff, so he can shoot it many times over. Zenith Blade landing, Shield of Daybreak as well. Leona is level 6, but she misses the Solar Flare there. Sona almost dying though. One more auto attack will be enough, and guess what? Shen will prevail. No, he will not. It's going to be Ezreal with the Mystic Shot, but two of them are dead. Now it's going to be Lee Sin slowing down the Shen with the power of a red buff. Shen, of course, quite fat, will try to do as much damage as possible, but it won't be enough. The minions are doing damage onto him. Lee Sin wants to give the kill to the Tristana, and damn, she's gonna have it. So, again, too greedy play coming down from Shen, and, well, now Leona and Ezreal as well. They are playing so wonderfully, but they're just giving away too many kills, making it so that blue team is actually quite at the same angle, as Viktor gets a quick kill onto Nidalee. So we're 7-7. Viktor is a little bit ahead, but guess what's going down now? Tryndamere going in with the Ghost, trying to slow down the Viktor. He places down the static, no, that's not a static field, Nightspectre, and he... Why do you walk in that for so long? He can now flash over the wall. Nope, it's on cooldown, so Tryndamere will need to use his ultimate, but guess what? It's Nautilus that's now going to be there. Tryndamere trying to do as much damage as possible, but he already used his spinning slash, and he will die immediately, underestimating the gravity field. The gravity of the gravity field. The gravity of the situation. Sorry. So yeah, if you walk in gravity field for more than what I believe to be a second, you will get stunned. However, Tryndamere, what he did was walk around the edges at all times, so he thought he was already stunned by it. I don't know why, but he just kept walking into that stuff. And Tryndamere is one of the worst champions to get kited. He can't do any damage if he gets kited. So yeah, that was pretty much all of his ability gone. He used his ultimate, he used Ghost. I hope to God that he didn't use Ignite, though I think he might have actually, considering the cooldown of Ignite and Ghost are pretty much the same. Yeah, I can't check it out, of course. Has probably a shorter cooldown than Ignite, of course. Leona now again with the Xenoblade, catching the Sona there. She uses her crescendo, but that wasn't enough at all. Sona, of course, a very squishy champion indeed, but she just needs to play a bit more careful. If you're fighting against a Leona, that's what you need to do. But guess who's there? It's the buddy old pal Tristana, who has, of course, been fed on the bottom lane, just wrecking the house here. She won't jump onto the Leona because, of course, Nautilus had been spotted, but Lee Sin wants to give it a go. He misses, though. Too bad you're blind, mate. Too bad you're blind. Nidalee is also in a heap of trouble. If I were her and you get poked so much, I would have rushed a little bit of magic resistance there. Of course, if you land your spears, girls, you can just play whatever you want to play. I won't judge. A very nice stretch line there. And the first tower in the game has been destroyed by blue team. Nidalee, of course, now that she is level 6, she's been level 6 for a long time, but now that she is catching up a little bit to the Viktor, she can, of course, do immense damage with her kitty form, especially if she's able to land a spear first, because, of course, takedown worked. Oh my, Lee Sin finding himself a Nautilus. He's going down pretty quickly, considering. Now Tristana with another kill. Yes, indeed. Very nice play, and she can jump again, might I say, but instead it's going to be Lee Sin taking the kill. Viktor was even checking it out what was going down, but nothing will go down. Almost killing the Nidalee though, so she got away out of it scot-free. Took a little bit of damage there by Viktor, but in the end it doesn't even matter. The first dragon of the game might be taken by blue team, and it will. So blue team now pulling ahead, which is not a thing I would have expected, to be honest. Of course, Tristana is now a very big beast. She even has a red buff, was able to slow down Viktor, but Viktor is now just going to try and run away, but he's too low on mana. Shen is going to help though, but it's a 3v2 situation. Never mind, it's a 4v1, and Nidalee still has flash, fails over the wall and not get hit by the true shot barrage. Lee Sin missing the sonic wave there, so nice juking there by Shen, not going straight for the safe spot, which is his tower, and just walk a little bit weirdly, just to the side, not getting hit by some piece of air. As Tryndamere is now all by himself, trying to push down towers, or just farm, really. He is a little bit behind on the loss hitting on Shen, but not that far, and well, one of the major reasons because of that is of course that Shen has teleported towards his allies on the bottom twice now. Though of course the kill on Viktor wasn't that far on the bottom. And now Tryndamere is having some more fun at the tower. He probably will be able to destroy it. We shall see. Shen is of course there. Nautilus wants to do blue. Lee Sin wants to steal it. He will miss his sonic wave though, but he might still be able to smite it. Needs to be careful. Viktor is now spotting him. Of course, Viktor can't stun all that fast. And now Lee Sin is going to steal it. However, that was the perfect timing to go in onto Viktor. Though, Leona was there, so maybe it was wiser not to go in, as Sona does a little bit of damage onto the Leona. If I switch around Sona's and Leona's name, I am sorry. It's a bad habit of mine. Which is weird. So then, let's watch out. Well, I wanted to talk about itemization, but Nidalee still hasn't bought anything as of yet. Just a blasting one and a Tear of the Goddess. And I'm just looking at her loss hits. Viktor just has her pinned down very hard in that middle lane. She's having big issues. And she's taking a beating again. Flashing by Viktor. The ult will be more than enough. Jesus Christ, that's just insane. Chaos Storm, man. I hate that ability if I am up against a Viktor. It silences you, it does all manners of stuff, and oh, Sona, you better be careful. You better be careful. Now, Tristana might actually be able to take this Ezreal. Ezreal, of course, has flash, has arcane shift, so he should be able to escape. We'll actually try to do as much damage onto her as possible. He has the minion advantage, so Tristana needs to be very careful. Even if you're fat girl, you're not immortal, so a shot down for Ezreal. That was a greedy play once more. I will call this the cast the greedy cast, because each and every person is just thinking they're macho man, which they are, but just, you're not overly macho man. Leona, she does not have crescendo, so they could actually easily dive. This Lee Sin, however, is there. He could safeguard towards her, won't do it though. Flash away was all that was required to get away from the true shot barrage. So again, another greedy play, one might say. They had no idea where Lee Sin was, so he could have been in the rear of Sona trying to save her. Who wouldn't? Sorry for that. So blue team is pulling ahead on red team, even though personally I find that red team has been playing stronger. They are out farming blue team by quite a bit if you count in the Viktor, of course. Even Ezreal is out farming Tristana, and she was 7-0. That's insane. Anyway, now she's 7-1. She gave a lot of bounty gold to the Ezreal, so he should be able to buy at least something. Oh, listen, will he be able to catch Viktor? He will be stunned for all eternity. Nidalee, trying to throw a spear down, was of course spotted by this ward, so was easily dodged by Viktor, as Sona wants to place down a ward, almost dying in the process. That's the danger of warding, ladies and gentlemen, especially if your enemies have wards and you don't, you might get caught. Huh, Hymn of Valor didn't reach, you don't see that too often. Could there be a solar flare trying to catch a Tristana, one might say? Some people might call it silly. Nidalee, everybody, the comp we've all been waiting for, the spear we've all been waiting for, deals massive amounts of damage, which is awesome. So this is the time for another dragon, one might say. Viktor is relatively low, though he has his Chaos Storm. He doesn't need to be all that close. If he uses his Death Ray and the Chaos Storm, that's all you really need. But he's instead going to try and run away. Lee Sin, of course, can use the Wraiths to catch up, but he will walk straight into another gravity field. And now he's going to walk towards the Shen. I don't see Tryndamere close by at all, which is why he's over there. Shen, of course, using his ultimate to try and save his allies. Tryndamere will probably do the same to just keep them busy. A very nice crescendo there, locking up quite a few players as Tristana gets her first kill. Will she get a second? Tryndamere running away. The second kill for Tristana, but she got bursted down by the Chaos Storm immediately. But it wasn't enough. Triple kill for Tristana, jumping in once more and then immediately running away. Now it's time for Lee Sin to get the kill, and oh, Nidalee threw a spear. I'm just going to quickly jump back 15 seconds, because I actually really want to see that spear, because it had to be marvelous. Or she went kitty form and did something lazy. Never mind. That was weird play by Viktor's part, but at least we saw how it happened. So G Willika's blue team, that small gold lead that you were given by red team is proving its value as they get the middle tower. A very important tower, to say the least. They actually got all the outer towers, and they're going now straight for the inner middle tower. Lee Sin actually landing his Sonic Wave there, but decides not to go in too deep. Finally, the greed in the eyes of both allies and enemies is trying to diminish. So they are realizing we don't need to play stupid, you guys. We got this. We're 6,000 gold ahead. They haven't destroyed a single tower. Nidalee being defensive there, pretty smart play. However, the enemy team is walking the other direction, so they couldn't have known. However, will Leona be more than enough to take this? I don't think so. She could try and steal it with a solar flare, instead going to jump into 4. Very dangerous indeed, especially with this Tristana, who is just jumping rampant, killing people left from right. Gets Shadow Dash to the face though, so Ezreal now going to try and get the kill onto her. She jumps away, and the rest of blue team just gets pulverized by the Viktor. Nidalee, of course, a very hard kitty to catch, will just walk away simply today, and gone. This is the moment for... Oh no, Tryndamere is taking top! I was going to say this is the moment for red team to try and take a single tower, but because Tryndamere was split pushing the top lane, they needed to recall anyway. So they can't even take a single objective. Even mid lane was pushed. The only lane that red team has a chance of taking some global gold is on the bottom lane, which is especially with exactly what the Ezreal is doing. However, the turret still has a relative high amount of health, and it is Tristana that is going to defend. Nautilus is in the bush though. Will he grab her? We shall see. For now, Tristana actually going in aggressively. She already used her jump. Flash will probably be off cooldown as well, but Nautilus decides to walk away. Smart play on my part, because of course you have no idea where Lee Sin is. Nor do they have any idea where the enemies are. Let's check out their vision, and as you can see, it's nothing at all. Nothing even changes if I change the fog of war. Only for blue team you get a little bit less vision. This ward over here has just recently been placed. It's not enough. It's not enough at all. Though I must say, ward placement for both teams are relatively on the low side. you can't really let Leona place all the wards down. Of course, you heavily sin for blue team, so that means that he will go for a sightstone as well. Which is ironic, because he's blind. Well, actually, it's not. If you think about it, it actually makes sense. But of course, he uses the wards in an advantage so that he can safeguard at all times. Which is very good indeed, because then Lee Sin is a living pinball machine, which we all want to be in life. It's going to get a little bit stumped up by the... I was going to call him Vigor. I don't know why. Flash Crescendo for the ages. Not too sure why though. You're all by yourself. Now finally Tristana has arrived. If she's get ignored, she might be able to do a lot of damage. A very nice Dragon's Rage there by Lee Sin. But that won't do. It just won't. Tristana now just pulverizing Leona. The red buff will be more than enough. Ezreal is too far away, or is he? Actually, he's totally not. He might get caught. The red buff was able to stack onto him. Another slow landed. Another and another. All those crits will be more than enough for the kills and the thrills and all the things you want. Lee Sin missing the Sonic Wave. And Viktor was the only person that got a kill. So 1 for 2 in that fight, in the advantage of blue team of course. They are now going to try and get an inhibitor turret. Which is going down quite fast, one might say. Viktor is not strong enough to defend it by himself, and the rest of his team was just too far away in general. So that will be the first inhibitor tower down, unless of course Leona can be quite aggressive. Oh, not anymore. Not anymore, sorry. She took a spear to the face and took a lot of damage in the process. It happens. Surrender vote failed by the red team. They still believe they can do it, and actually I've seen people get back from worse, it's true. Still, you're 8,000 gold behind and there's already a turret destroyed, no, an inhibitor destroyed at the 21st minute mark, so it's looking rather bleak, one might say. Viktor trying to do some awesome stuff onto this Tryndamere. Will be able to stun him? Nope, spinning slash, it's all you need really. He is landing his death rays though. Very nice death rays indeed. Viktor, you're awesome. Nidalee now returning to the middle lane. She is level 12, so she cut off. No, she actually didn't cut up to the Viktor. Viktor is just playing too awesome, and I can't really blame her for being unable to catch up. Shen now going to try to do damage, going to ignite Tryndamere, knowing that he has his ult, not giving a single fuck. And I can't believe I said fuck. So I'm sorry for the profanity, but at least Tryndamere was able to survive. Leona now going to try and catch himself, and Nidalee, nope, you will not. A very nice two-shot barrage, not doing that much damage though. And a very good Dragon Rage, because Leona was going to use Solar Flare. So Shen actually just biting through, gets himself a the first turret for his team. Oh yeah, Tristana was able to defend the bottom lane. Ezreal has been on the bottom lane for a long while though, and you can tell his farm is relatively good. But it makes it so that in every team fight, the only thing he does is a true shot barrage as Tristana is going in once more, even flashing and just critting the balls out of Ezreal, which we didn't even thought he had. So that's a quick kill call. There's nothing really Ezreal can do against this Tristana. She's 14-1. She would have been 14-0 if she didn't had went in balls to the walls and just jumped onto Ezreal with about 1/3 of her life left, and she almost prevailed if Ezreal didn't have barrier there, but that's a thing you need to keep in consideration. Blue team now going for a Baron. So this is looking relatively bleak once more for red team. They can't prevent this. Unless of course Viktor does a very nice little gravity field and of course death rays them out of the Baron pit, which they did quite easily, one might say. Viktor now going to try and kill the Tryndamere, but he's just too high on health and he's just going to get a quick kill onto Nautilus. So Nautilus dead immediately. True shot barrage been used, so can't be used to steal Baron possibly. So if blue team wants to, they could go for a Baron. Shen at a very sneaky position, trying to recall. Will he succeed? I don't believe blue team has any reason to check this bush, as they are fighting over here. Nidalee getting killed by the Viktor, and he once more. Will he be able to land his death ray over the wall onto the Lee Sin? I don't know, Davey. He's going to protect the middle lane and then gets obliterated by Tryndamere using his ultimate, but an amazing gravity field by Viktor saves his life. Shen now trying to run away, gets flashed while he gets buster shotted against the wall. And it's going to be a 2 for 3. No for 2, no for 3. I was right, baby. And now it's Tristana running away. Will Viktor be able to catch up to her? I don't think so. I think the augmentation that he did took was the Death Ray augmentation, which most people use. Don't get me wrong. No, no, it's Nautilus going to get killed once more. He's trying to run away, but he's standing on top of a friendly ward. Now he's standing on top of an enemy ward, so he will die immediately. Viktor should be able to get the Lee Sin though, and he will. But he wants more. He needs to kite Tristana though. Sona might actually be able to do something, but she's too low on mana, so the power transfer will keep him safe. I think this laser will get the kill. Yes, it will. A shot down by Viktor. He's playing like a god. Will he land another Death Ray? Yes, he will. Double kill for Viktor. And was that a Panther? Well, an unofficial one, of course, but I'm thinking, did anyone of his team got a kill? I don't know. Might be. It's a great play by Viktor regardless. I think it was a quadra at the very least, but nice play indeed. He's trying to carry his team to victory and probably beyond. Not to show what lies beyond victory though. Just a continue screen really. So, let us breathe as Tryndamere is going to take Dragon and Nidalee is pouncing onto Leona who misses her Zenith Blade. She already pounced too far away. So I'm thinking, ooh, she needs to go away. I'm trying to think what red team can do to prevent blue team from just taking this game out of control. Their inhibitor has respawned. Shen might be considered to split push because now you have the Ezreal trying to split push, and guess what happens when you split push as Ezreal and you're not too strong? You just get obliterated by a Tryndamere. So yeah, I think it should be Shen that split pushes. Let Ezreal be with the team. He can take the farm from the pushing minions on the middle lane anyway. And now guess what? Ezreal died. It's time for a Baron. Tryndamere is out of position though, but that doesn't matter all that much. Even if blue team would fail to take this Baron or die afterwards, then Tryndamere would still have pushed to the inhibitor of the enemy team. And nope, too little too late blue team. I mean red team. They almost prevented the blue team from taking a free Baron. But now they hasn't prevented anything. Even Tryndamere is now pushing the bottom lane. They haven't prevented that either. So weird positioning there by blue team, red team I might say. Shen now getting chased by 3. I think they're going to give up on this one though. Also, what are you even trying? That was very cheeky there, Shen. If that would have worked then you would have been a god, but I don't think it could have worked at all. Lee Sin is going to cling on you and try to slow you for all eternity. Running away from a Nidalee is also near impossible, and Nidalee getting the kill with the auto attack there. Quite cheeky play indeed. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of turrets destroyed. You have a Baron up blue team who have a Nidalee in their team. So if you get hit by one spear, you need to go back to your base, and I don't know. They don't have the money for home guard boots yet. The only one that has it is of course Viktor. He has the money for it. But they can't do nothing about Tryndamere and his pushing potential. Even if you were to do damage onto him, he'd still be able to use his ult, destroy your inhibitor, and then just spinning slash away. Unless you time your stuns correctly. Which of course red team has plenty of. Viktor trying to prevent the minions from pushing into the base will quickly kill the Sona there, but now it's Tryndamere going in onto him. He gets Shadow Dash though, and he is immediately using his ultimate to try and get the kill onto Viktor, but Shen will prevent that from happening. Now it's Ezreal getting the kill. This is great for red team. This is what they need. Shadow Dash missing though, but guess what? There's a Leona with the Shield of Daybreak. Ezreal now, oh, a very nice stun there by Viktor. Long range gravity field there. And Nautilus doesn't want to chase for too long. Though Shen wants to. Oh my, a very nice Shadow Dash. Long range. Even blind. I think. Yeah. Amazing. Well, he could have predicted a little bit where she was standing towards over here. But Jesus, that was a very clutch Shadow Dash indeed. So great play by red team. The Viktor taking down the Sona immediately, making it so that she couldn't even use Crescendo, so that's a huge ultimate gone. Of course, she is a support, so it's not relatively that bad for her to die in a team fight, especially if an ultimate has been used onto her, and an important ultimate for that. Of course, the ultimate of Viktor remains in the game. It's quite insane, if I have to rhyme. So it means that even if the ult was on cooldown, why bother? It was only Tryndamere that was retaliating against it. Tryndamere then of course going in onto the Viktor, but he wasn't really the prime target. Viktor is deceivingly tanky with power transfer, and of course he is with a stand united on top of that. Oh, very cheeky play up by Lee Sin. He wanted to kick back the Ezreal, but guess what? Now you're stunned. So yeah, kicking back an Ezreal is quite hard for Lee Sin. You might need flash and a ward to safeguard too. Oh my, guess what Tryndamere bought? It's Ravenous Hydra. Shen tries to... Oh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a lot. Then again, I don't think he might have been able to escape as red team tried to save his friend. They shouldn't have done that. Not when you... Ooh, flash crescendo onto Viktor, the prime target. He gets kicked back probably. I don't think it happened, but it doesn't matter anyway. He dies now. Ezreal got kicked back, so Ezreal, the sole survivor that can do some damage, is getting chased by a blue little goblinish girl. So guess what, Ezreal? Goodbye. Thanks for the trouble. Oh, no, she saves her. I thought she had another auto attack coming. In the end, it wasn't the case. So, oh my red team, how are you going to survive this? Answer, I don't think they will. Ezreal is going to try and do stuff, but I think this is going to be a GG for blue team. Tristana getting the kill there. Leona disconnecting there. One might ask why. Though we don't really know why. Well, we do know. It was the end of the game. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. It's relatively late, but I finally found a game that started at least the 1 minute mark. I've been searching for over a half an hour, you don't understand. I was unlucky, I think. Another game casted on the NA servers as well, because again, the ranked queue on Europe are shut down. Well, it's my bad. The only time I have to play games lately is after midnight, so then the servers are shut down, mostly. Regardless, as I said before, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, whenever it is I'll do it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.